All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakak Vadash. Double honors to the apostles and into the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim, as pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is simply going to be Give Diligence. And that's what we want to do, especially in these, with what time that is left. We just want to give our diligence to the Most High. We want to give it our all. We want to give it our best, and do those things all the way unto the end, unto the bitter end, until the time to where Yahawashi said, "The night cometh when no man could work." All right, because when that time comes, what you put in, that's it. Ain't no like, let me do a little bit more for extra credit. No, man, you got to be doing that right now, because when the famine, the word comes, when you're not able to go out to those highways and hedges anymore, when you're not able to upload lessons, that's it, man. It's like a what's that? Is it I don't know if it's a Gordon Ramsay's TV show, but they're given like a certain time limit. They're given a box of like certain things of food, and they got to make something out of it, and they got like maybe 45 minutes, and they're prepping, they're cooking, they're doing whatever. But once that clock hits, you got to put the knife down. You got to put everything down. You got to put the spatula down. Whatever you got in your hand. No matter, even if it ain't even done yet, you got to put it down. Time's up, and that's when that time comes. Hey, that's it, man. Whatever work you've done, that's what the Most High is going to look for or look at, and that's why we want to be giving our diligence to the best of our ability, because throughout the scriptures, that's what's said numerous times, and there's numerous precepts right now that are coming to my mind on being diligent. First one comes to my mind is this one, Proverbs 10:1, and it says, the Proverbs of Solomon: a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is a heaviness to his mother. Treasures of wickedness profiteth nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. You see that? And righteousness delivereth from death. So what you want to do is, do right, okay, in the sight of the Most High. And it says, and the Lord will not suffer thy soul, and the Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. Verse 4, he becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand. You see that? So if you're dealing with the slack hand, like you're not making your lessons, you're not even thinking about making a lesson, you just kind of just ask whatever, you're not even, it's not even crossing your mind, you're just being slack and lax about it. If you deal with the slack, you become poor if you deal with the slack hand. That's why you got to be whatever thou doest, you got to do all in the name of the Most High. Do all in word or in deed, do all in the name of YAHAWASHI. And it says, he becometh poor that doeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh what? Maketh rich. And rich in what? Rich in faith. Okay? Proverbs 13:1, a wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his womb, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. Damn. And it says, and he that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. And it says, the soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing. See? But the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. You see that? See, it's about the soul of the diligent. Okay? So we want to make sure we're doing this, and while we're doing it, not to be worrying these well-doings and deeds in which we do, such as presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice, such as watching, read, and learn, and reprove, and rebuke, and so on and so forth. Okay, being in season and out of season. Preaching the word. Okay. Matter of fact, let's grab this. Galatians. This is the book of Galatians. What's that, 6 and 9? Yep. Galatians 6 and 9, and it says, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not." Do you see that? And we don't want to faint, man. You know, and how do you stop from fainting? You know, in this truth. You know, if you feel like you're feeling faint, you're feeling, you know, low in spirits, just get on the phone, you know, put on a lesson, watch the brothers, you know, read a couple chapters. Sometimes you just need to read a couple verses, and you getting back to yourself. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, you wanna be able to just, you know, watch a brother read some chapters, you know, and you'll be all right. You know, you're just charging yourself. You know, because this word is it rejuvenates you, so to speak. It rehydrates you. You know, it's a refreshment, you know, so to speak, for your mind. You know, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, and it says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of YAHAWAH, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." You see that? So we want to be steadfast, we want to be unmovable, and always abound, meaning to go above the extended measure in the work of our power, YAHAWASHI. And keep in mind that knowing that, you know, you doing this, you're not gonna not be, you know, rewarded for this. You know, you're not gonna not be rewarded. The Most High, He's gonna reward those that do it. You know, He's not a man that He's not slack concerning His promise. You know, because when you do these things, there's a reward. Because if you're doing this, you're doing what? You're doing the will of the Most High. And those that do the will, the scriptures talk about how this is what's going to be bestowed upon them. 1 John 2 and 17, "The world passeth away, and the lust thereof." So everything that is in this world is going to be gone, man. Everything's going to cease. It's going to be like if it never even existed. All right. So this world's going to be gone, man. This world's going to pass away. It says, "The world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever." You see that? So those that do the will of the Most High, those are going to be the ones that abide forever. Okay? Abide forever, man. And that's what we want. We want to abide forever, man. Who wouldn't want to? You know? You know? But see, that those that abide forever, you know, that's only for a few. You know? And really, it's only for the nation of Israel, and the nation of Israel alone. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Heavenly Father, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." You see that? So rightly dividing the word of truth. We want to study to show ourselves approved. And rightly dividing the word of truth, meaning make sure you know, like, make sure that what you're saying is according to the scriptures. You know, you don't want to be adding or taking away, like some of these cats out here, some of these Israelites out here, man. They be saying the most outlandish stuff, man. And it's scary because they'll say it and you don't even see them even, like, you know, budge. You know, they're so convinced in their mind that that which they say is valid. You know, but if you're rightly dividing the word, if you're wrongly dividing the word, there's consequences to that, man. You know, so we want to make sure that which we say is according to the scriptures, man. All right, it's not about who's right, but what's right, and what's right is this word, the truth. What's the truth? These words in which these words which I'm reading right now, that's truth. All right, that's what's right. Not me, not any man. All right. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 14, and it says, "Wherefore, my beloved," let me start up. In verse 13, "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." And that's what we look forward to, man. We're looking forward to our kingdom to come, which is already being prepared for us as we speak, you know. And it says, "Wherefore, beloved, seeing that you look for such things." See, we're waiting, we're seeing for these things. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, seeing that you look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found in him in peace, without spot and blameless." You see that? So that's what we want to do. Be diligent, so that we may be found in our power sight in peace, without spot, without blemish, without blameless. You know, these things fall under the category of those of the elect. Okay. What's that? Let's go. Stay in 1 Peter. Let's go to 1 Peter 1 and 10. "Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall." See? So we got to continue doing these things, and whatever we do, we want to do it heartily, meaning from the bottom of our hearts. Okay, it's Colossians chapter 3, and we'll start at 17, and then I'll get to the one in verse 23. I'll read down to it, and then I'll wrap up. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed," meaning actions, "do all in the name of the Lord YAHAWASHI, giving thanks unto the Most High and the Father by him." See that? Whatever we do, we want to do all in the name of our Lord, man. All in the name of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, man. "Wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands, as it is fit in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. Servants, obey all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as man pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing out of one." And it says, this is the point right here, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to man." All right, because man can't save you, man. Now men can. There's a limit in which man can do. They could guide you in the ways and help you along the way. And if you slip up, they'll rebuke you or whatever. But man's not going to save you. They could tell you what to do to be saved, but at the end of the day, as the scriptures say, you got to work out your own salvation with the fear and trembling. You can't depend on a guy, an elder or brother. You think you're gonna be good, man. That's not how it says. Hey man, this ain't how it works. You gotta put it in. You gotta put in some work, man. All right, and do it for the Lord, not to anybody else. All right, do for the Most High, and the Most High first, and then for yourself. Because this is your life on the line. You can't. I remember this brother. I believe the brother's name was YAHAWAH, out there in San Francisco. And somebody asked him, he was like, "Don't you have a?" He said, "Oh, I don't," because the brother was talking about, sodomites, and then I think it was a woman. She was like, "Don't you have any gay family members?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "And they gonna die." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, they gonna die, and I can't save them." He's like, "I'm trying to save myself." But that's facts, man. Well, I'm trying to save I can't save nobody else, man. I'm trying to save my ass. I'm trying to save my ass, man. You know? But, through the Spirit, brothers, I'm going to wrap it up there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. As always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto YAHAWASHI, Bashim Kodesh. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, for telling me this truth. And it's on to the next one, Hakim. Shalom.